So welcome back, students. Today we'll be taking Merchant of Venice Act 3 Scene 2 a bit further. Last day we had completed till line number 28. Today we'll be proceeding a bit further. Same procedure. You need to take your pen pencil textbooks out, make a note of the important points and the lines that I am going to explain right now. Okay. None but that ugly treason of mistress. Now see, Bassanio here is not sure about the outcome of the lottery of casket. So he says, none but that ugly treason of mistrust. So you remember Portia asking here, what treason is there is that is mingled with your love? Means what kind of disloyalty or crime is there that has been mingled? So here now see, Bassanio replies, none but that ugly treason of mistrust. Means I have a kind of a doubt here. Doubt in the sense, a feeling of uncertainty. You can underline here and write, it's a feeling of uncertainty. Or even you can call it as a lack of conviction. Even we can write as lack of conviction. Got it? So none but that ugly treason of mistress. What Bassanio is telling here, not sure about the result, the outcome of this lottery of casket, and thus which makes me fear the enjoying of my love. This is why I cannot fully participate in this lottery of casket, and this makes me afraid to enjoy my love. You can write here, this makes me afraid to enjoy my love. Got it? So what Bassanio says here, Bassanio says that there is a feeling of doubt which makes me fearful that I might not get the person whom I dearly love. What is this fear? You can write, he might not win Portia. Portia, be capital, remember. There may as well be amity and life between snow and fire as treason and my love. So, what Bassanio is telling here, just as there cannot be friendship or a sort of unity between snow and fire, like snow and fire, you cannot go hand in hand. It cannot go hand in hand. So, in a similar manner, treason, that is disloyalty, and my love cannot mingle together. There's no question of any sort of relation between a sort of disloyalty and my love for you. So amity you can underline here, and you can write friendship, treason and my love, it's disloyalty and Bassanio's love for Portia. Correct? So, just as there cannot be unity between snow and fire, similarly, there cannot be any sort of relationship between disloyalty and Bassanio's love for Portia. This shows that Bassanio truly loves Portia. Next, you will see Portia teasing Bassanio when she says, hey, but I fear you speak upon the rack where men enforced do speak anything. What Portia is telling here? Portia is telling here, yes, but I am afraid that you're speaking from the torture rack where men are forced to say anything. What Portia is telling here? A, you can line and write, yes, I fear, I refer to as Portia. You speak upon the rack from the torture rack where people are being tortured, and where men enforced is forced to speak anything, forced to speak or say anything. So what does Portia actually mean here? She actually means here that somehow you want to get rid of this situation, so you are saying this. Promise me life and I'll confess the truth. Now Bassanio says, you promise me life and I will confess the truth. Now what is life for Bassanio is our first question. You can write here. Life is what? Life is acceptance and surety of Portia's love. You can write here. Acceptance and surety of Portia's love. Correct. So what is life for Bassanio? Life is acceptance and surety of Portia's love. So what he says that if you promise me life, I will definitely tell you the truth. So if you promise to spare my life, I will definitely confess the truth of my love. Got it? So this is a kind of a joke that has been shared between both of them, that is Bassanio and Portia. Okay, so Portia says, well, then confess and live. So what Portia says here, if you confess the truth, you will be allowed to live. It's a kind of a joke. Now what generally this line means that this kind of an option was given to the cheaters or the traitors of those days, who were already lying on the bed of torture, and if they could confess their guilt, or if they want to tell anything which is very alternate to dying with their secrets, so they could be saved. So what Bassanio says, confess and love had been the very sum of my confession. If I had to summarize everything in a gist, I would say confess and love. Now you can underline had been the very sum of my confession. You can underline and write there would be the gist of my confession. It would be a short summary of my confession. Correct? You can write here short summary of my confession. Oh happy torment when my torturer thought teach me answers for deliverance. Now it's a kind of an enjoyable torture. What Bassanio says here, oh happy torment, it's a enjoyable torture. You can underline and write here enjoyable torture. Correct? So when my torturer referred to as Portia, you can write here torture referred to as Portia. Now what he's telling here, oh happy torment, it's a kind of an enjoyable torture where my torturer in the sense where Portia, who is torturing Bassanio, is only teaching him the answers for deliverance. Don't teach me answer for deliverance. She is only teaching me the answers which will set me free. What Bassanio is telling here, the torturer is Portia and I am lying on the bed of torture. And see the funny part, here the torturer herself is teaching me answers so that I can be set free. So you can write here torturer, that is in bracket Portia, teaching me answers which will definitely set me free. Correct? But let me to my fortune and the casket. So what Bassanio is telling here, let me go and try my luck. You can write here try my luck. Where? At the lottery of the caskets. Correct? So music can have a number and different of roles in a play. In terms of musical theater, if I talk about music, the role of music in the play now, you'll find that music has got that connection, the power of connection. Like it has the function of communicating the character's feeling and connecting it to the audience. It has even got the power of communicating the emotional action or emotional heart of the action. Got it? Even what are the feelings, what are the wishes, what are the thought process of a character, what actually the character wants to tell, or what is his or her feelings. It can be delivered through music. It can be communicated through music so that it reaches the audience very easily. And audience, even they are also in a light mood, so that they can understand, okay, yes, out of some monotonous kind of an event, no, you just, when you switch over, music plays a very important role. Even in many of the Shakespearean plays, you will find music acting as a agent of transformation. This particular scene also, you have a sort of debate, like Portia played music just to guide Bassanio's choice. Okay, in this particular Portia's speech, you will be finding music playing a big hand. Now here, music is just played so that Bassanio is able to see through the gaudy gold, the common silver, and then somehow come to the base lead, ultimately make his choice, and then rewarded with a portrait of Portia. Okay. Away then, I am locked in one of them. If you do love me, you will find me out. Now, what does Portia say here? Away then, I am locked in one of them. Them referred to as the caskets. You can write here as caskets. I refer to as Portia. You can drag an arrow, no need to write. Okay, if you do love me, you will find me out. So what does Portia say here? Portia says that if Bassanio truly loves her, he will definitely find out the portrait of Portia in the correct casket. For Prince of Aragon and Prince of Morocco, winning Portia was a prestigious issue, but it was not so in the case of Bassanio. He wanted to win Portia's hand just because he loved her truly and dearly. Nerissa and the rest stand all aloof. Then she instructs Nerissa and the rest of the attendants to just stand aside or stand away. All aloof, you can write aside or away. It's aside or away, anything. Got it? Okay. Let music sound while he doth make his choice. Now, here music already, as I said you, it has got very important role to play. Got it? Now see, there was no music for Morocco. There was no music for Aragon. So the question is, why music is being played for Bassanio? As I said you, it's just to guide his choice. Correct? Let music sound while he doth make his choice. Like when he is attempting, when he is making his choice, let music be played for him. Then if he lose, he makes a swan-like end. Then if he lose, he referred to as Bassanio. Correct? So if Bassanio loses in this lottery of casket, he will make a swan-like end. Now there's a reference for swan-like end. It was generally believed that the swan, just before dying, or when it comes to know that it is about to die, it sings one of his sweetest song. Correct? So here in comparison, what Portia is telling, if Bassanio loses this lottery of casket, he would make a swan-like end. Remember the reference? Again, I am telling you, you can make a note of it. Just write. In the Elizabethan era, no, they used to believe that just before dying, the swan used to sing its sweetest of the song. Got it? Okay. Fading in music, and he will depart from this particular place just as music fades away. Now, just to make this comparison more appropriate, what she says, that the comparison may stand more proper, my eye shall be the stream. Now what she's telling here, she's telling here that in order to make this comparison more reliable, my eye shall be the stream. That means she'll be rolling down tears from her eyes. Why? Because Bassanio has lost this contest. Her eyes will be filled with tears, and it will be acting as the watery deathbed for him. Just like, swan will drown where? In the river. In a similar manner, Bassanio, after losing, will drown in the stream that is referred to as the watery deathbed, the tears that will be rolling down from Portia's eyes. On the reference, so fading in music is guide him to his end, guide Bassanio to his end. Swan like end sings the sweetest song before dying, as I explained you the reference. And next is Portia's tears shall be the stream and watery deathbed for Bassanio when he loses. He may win, and what is music then? Now, Portia has not given up hope. She still says he may win. He referred to as Bassanio. And what is music then? Two examples, one about the new crowned monarch, and then second is bridegroom. Okay, first example is, then music is even as the flourish when true subjects bow to a new crowned monarch. What Portia is telling here? Portia is telling here, then music would flourish just like trumpet and bugle which is blown to welcome a newly crowned king, and it would be like the fanfare that makes loyal subjects bow at a coronation. This is in a coronation ceremony, when we just newly elect a king and present him the crown. At that time, what happens? These subjects, means the other attendants of the king, they just bow down in order to respect newly crowned monarch. Such it is as are those dulcet sounds in the break of day that creep into the dreaming bridegroom's ear and summon him to marriage. Now, this is the second example. You can write here as example number 2, or you can mark it down as number 2. 1 is written here, 2 you can write here. What is it? It is talking about the sweet sound, sweet and soothing. Also, you can underline and write sweet and soothing sounds in the break of the day that creep into the dreaming bridegroom's ear. Person who is going to get married, dreaming bridegroom, you can underline what is he dreaming about. Same thing, dreaming about his wedding day and or marriage day, you can write. You got it? What is dreaming about? Wedding or marriage. Got it? Such it is as are those sweet and soothing sounds in the break of the day that creep into dreaming bridegroom's ear. It would be kind of a welcoming music that will be played for a bridegroom who is lost in his dreams of marriage, or he is thinking about his marriage day. Correct? And it will summon him to his marriage. Summon in sense call for his marriage. You can underline here and write call for his marriage. Two references. One is about the newly crowned monarch, that is the king, and second is about the dreaming bridegrooms. Now he goes with no less presence, but with much more love. Now Bassanio is heading towards the caskets, and now he goes, says Portia. He referred to as Bassanio, with no less presence. He's a handsome man and he has got a good appearance. Got it? Presence you can underline and write good appearance or handsome appearance, anything. You can write handsome, that's it for it. Okay, but with much more love. What Portia is telling here? Portia is telling here that he goes securely and with much more love in him. Correct? With much more love in him. Love is written here, in him. You can just write here. Much more love in him. With no less presence, but with much more love than young Alcides when he did redeem the virgin tribute paid by howling Troy to the sea monster. Now you need to know here, this Alcides is here Hercules. You can just write Hercules. Got it? Okay. You had another episode of Hercules and Leeches. Got it? You can even, there's a connecting episode, so they might ask you a question from that angle also. So then young Archidas, when he redeemed in the sense saved, you can write here saved. Okay, the virgin tribute paid by howling Troy to the sea monster. What Hercules did, he was a hero and he rescued Hesione. Hesione, you can write here, write the name, Hesione, got it? And who was this Hesione? She was the daughter of Trojan king. Hesione, you can write, daughter of Trojan king. You can write daughter here. Got it? So, daughter of the Trojan king. What Hercules did is he saved or he rescued this particular Hesione, who was daughter of Trojan king, from being sacrificed to a sea monster. There was a sea monster who was destroying this entire Troy. So Hercules saved this lady Hesione from this sea monster. Hesione was offered as a sacrifice. Now, in the same manner, here Portia also compares herself as the one who is being offered for sacrifice. Got it? Okay, howling you can underline here, and you can write wailing, crying, or shouting, anything. Got it? You can write here wailing. Here, W-A-I-L-I-N-G. Got it? Wailing. I stand for sacrifice. What Portia says, I pretend to stand as Hesione for sacrifice. The rest aloof are Dardanian wives. Now you need to understand this reference too. Now, what she's telling here, other people present in that particular room will act as a Dardanian wives. Now, what is this reference? It is about those Trojan women, correct? The descendants who had come there just to observe what is the result of this particular exploit. Got it? They had tears in their eyes. They had come down there just to see what was the result of this particular exploit or fight. Correct? Okay, so you can write here Dardanian wives, Trojan women, you can write there. Woman, plural, got it? Next, you can underline fluid visages. You can write tear with tear in their eyes. You can write tears in their eyes. Done. Pausanias is being compared to Hercules. Why? Because he's going for a huge task now, and Portia herself, she's comparing to this Hesione. Correct? And the other standing there are the Dardanian wives who have come just to see what is the outcome. Go Hercules, live thou, I live, with much more dismay. See, Portia here, she's not telling directly go Bassanio. Here too she's comparing with Hercules and telling go Hercules, live thou, I live. What she's telling here, if you live, I too will survive. That what does that mean? It means that choosing the wrong casket is almost equal to death. Got it? You can write here, choosing the wrong casket is almost equal to death, with much more dismay. What is she telling here? She's telling here, now the situation is very alarming. Dismay you can write, underline, right? Alarming. Got it? Even you can write concern. Here you can write concern. Concern or some kind of a distress caused by something unexpected. I view the fight than thou that makes the fray. What Portia is telling here, I will watch the fight. Here, what is the fight? Fight is the fight for love and selection of the casket. You can write fight here is fight for love. Got it? And what does this fight refer to? This selection of caskets. Got it? So Portia, I refer to as Portia, you can write it here, will just see the fight. Got it? Portia will watch this test while Bassanio is engaged himself in the fighting. Fighting means fighting for his love. Got it? So this is why she says, I view the fight than thou. Thou is referred to as you. You, that is Bassanio. Got it? Makes the fray. It is engage yourself in fighting or selection of casket. Got it? You can write here, engage yourself in the selection of caskets. Alright, so what Portia is telling here, go Hercules, if you win, I will have my life back, because we know how desperately Portia loved Bassanio and she wanted to marry him. I am far more apprehensive. What Portia is telling, that she is very more apprehensive than Bassanio, who is going to make the choice right now. So now Bassanio moved slowly towards the casket and he was very thoughtful while he was making his selection. Got it? So in between that period, Portia signaled to the musician who struck up with recorders and drum, and they began singing. What was this song all about? See, tell me where is fancy bred. What Portia is telling here, tell me from where this attraction has developed within me, because I look at you and get attracted. You can write fancy bred. You can underline fancy is a sort of attraction or affection. Got it? So you can write attraction or maybe sort of affection also you can write. Got it? So tell me where is fancy bred, from where this sort of attraction has come inside me, that I look at you and get attracted, or in the heart or in the head. Where is it? Is it in the heart or in the head? How begot, how nourished. Begot is born, created, or maybe the originating point, or from where is it originated. Born, created. Sense you can even write originated. Got it? Okay, how begot, how nourished, how they are created, how they are sustained. This is what the song says. Nourished you can underline, right? Sustained. Reply. It is engendered in the eyes with gazing fed. Now understand this particular line. It is engendered in the eyes. It is born in the eyes. What does this mean? Desire starts in the eyes. You can write here. And the engendered is born. Correct? So our desire starts in the eyes, and as we keep looking at the person, the love for the person grows. Got it? This is what this means. Gazing fed is your glances. You can write here, love for the person grows. Correct. So as we keep looking at the person, our love for that person keeps on growing. So what is here? Gazing fed is underline, and you can write here glances, that look. Got it? You can write here glances. Fancy dies in the cradle where it lies. Now, this was all about from where you catch up a fancy, like a desire for someone, but that sudden desire sometimes die. The desire that had started in the eyes, sustained by gazing, sometimes die very young. Correct? So, fancy dies in the cradle where it lies. What does that mean? It means fancy or the desire sometimes die in the eyes from where it was born. Correct? So, you can write here, desire dies. You can write here, desire dies, correct, from where it was originally born, from where it was born. Correct. So we can even understand one thing here. A soft signal has been conveyed to Bassanio that don't be swayed by your eyes. Correct. So a soft signal through this music, that is, don't just be swayed by your eyes and go for outward appearance. Correct. You can even write your soft signal to Bassanio. To Bassanio. And what was it? That don't be swayed by your eyes. Correct. Okay, let us all ring fancy's knell. I'll begin it. Ding dong bell, ding dong bell. Now let us all ring fancy's knell. What is that? Knell is a death bell or a funeral bell also you can write. Correct. Death or a funeral bell. And I'll begin it. Ding dong bell. Let all the morning desires die right now.